All right, welcome back to God Inc. guys. It is me, Cloudy.
I'm the doctor.
Yeah. And today we're here doing an in-person video. I know. You get to see our lovely faces, my handsome face, his face. And we get to do a long-form video in person. So we wanted to do this for a long time, and we actually had a pretty interesting topic to talk about today. We're actually going to talk about our problems with Lorcana and Ravensburger. Now, we love this game and we still want to continue to play. We're not saying we're quitting or anything like that, but we have a few gripes with it, and we've been playing it for, it's come up. It's been you just passed on the 1 year anniversary. So
Yeah, the game started. We didn't start until like late last
yeah,
year,
like late
like
end of set two,
November.
like mid to end of set two,
Yeah,
and we got a couple of gripes with the game. Not all bad, but it's not all good either. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real.
yeah, for sure.
And I think we were talking before we started. The number one issue, let's be real, guys. Death of Pixelborn, man. Death of Pixelborn. Yikes. Yikes, man. The trajectory of the game was going up, 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 up. Chicago, we were smiles. Pixelborn banned. And then,
Honestly, kind of deflated the event before it even started.
honestly, yeah.
I was like, wow, I can at least prepare for this upcoming challenge. But it was just like, dog. I was like, wow, can't wait to figure it out. Like, it was like,
It was
I
an
don't
error
know.
moment, man. Like, honestly, I was a late adapter to Pixelborn. He begged me to get on it, and then once I found out it was dead, I was like, well, I guess I gotta play it. And then I played it, and I was like, oh, it's actually
Even
really
before,
good.
no, it was like we were just starting to gear up.
Or like,
And
I think like 1 week on it, and then he said, hey, it's going to get shut down, guys. I was like,
I was like,
ooh,
that's crazy. And then we like started thinking, and it's like, all right, all these channels that spawned up, they're basically dead. A lot of them couldn't really adapt, and some of them are playing
yeah. Some people playing
Dual
other
Links now. Yeah,
games. They're
like
they're they're trying with this in person stuff, but you can only do like in person deck building and in person games. Excuse the train, guys.
yeah, excuse me.
But you can only do in person deck builds and like I guess playing across the table content for so long, especially when playing card games and playing them in person, it's pretty difficult to get the cards to actually play. I mean, a lot of people do want to buy every card and max out their, get every single card of the set. Listen, we not rich. We got jobs. We can't get everything, bro. We got a life. We got other things we want to do. We can't get everything. We try. We trust, but like
I think the best thing is just like you're not relying solely on the people around you. So now you're like you can try your deck against some random from
exactly.
across the country, and then see like, okay, this is I'm ready to go into something more competitive. Like I can go into the regionals. Like I can actually compete because I feel confident my deck's gonna go well. I can get as many reps in as I need because people are playing all hours of the day.
Yep.
They
Practice
had
your
they had the
combos, all that
phone
stuff like
app that
that.
was coming out. It was just it was a little buggy, but then
It was
again, it's
they
like
were
it
trying,
allows you to just try whatever build you want. Oh, I had a great idea. Let me just try to play some games out, and you just play like a session of like 10 games. And it's like, okay, I feel confident in this. I played like a variety. I played against whatever people think is popular at the time. I got to this part of the ladder and competitive. It's just yeah. As soon as it died, I was like, wow, this hurts. In Cloudy's case, like it's hard for him to even come to locals. He lives
yeah,
kind of
man.
far.
About a
And
45-minute plus drive to go to any local shop.
yeah,
I went today,
yeah.
try to have some fun.
Schedule's not consistent because he
But
works at
yeah,
in customer service, so it's like you can't.
there's many people like people that live in game shop what is it called, deserts,
Yeah,
game shop deserts, or just don't have that popping up community, some random state that just there's not that much people playing it. And I think Lorcana is still in a growing stage, but this definitely hurt it. And while it's still trying to grow, not every shop is adopting it as frequently as Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or Magic, something like that. So just to find people to play, it's really tough, man. And
maybe you do find people play like the odds of them actually take the game serious and not collecting, and
yeah,
it doesn't feel as rewarding as it used to. And then I mean, like the creator created a new version of Pixelborn that's like with webcam and stuff like that, but not a lot of people can get the webcam set up. efficiently.
And I thought they got that too. Honestly, they maybe they didn't, but I think I read on Reddit somewhere so they got that too. They sent cease and desist about that as well. I'm not sure about that, but
Yeah, I mean, like, it's live right now. He was working on it pretty
then
much like immediately after, but it was just like
I'm gonna try to support them, but it's
I'm not like I honestly I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm not trying to support. I'm just saying like I don't
I can't even do
I
it.
can't do the webcam thing. It's just the way that my setup is. I can't do it.
I don't have a lot of
If I
room on my
invest
desk,
money
unfortunately.
into it, it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be more for you guys and the channel. We're still kind of experimenting from like a top down scenario, but yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's just not something like. It's not appealing to me. Um, but like I said, like the content creators in this space have tried to adapt, and I commend them for that. But it's just like it's not as engaging. It's not as easy for a new player to follow unless you have like the editing behind. The game before, or one of the games before we started picking up Lorcana. We played this game called Cardfight Vanguard, which is a Japanese anime card game. Um, and in that one, it has a online community support, but like even not a lot of people played it on there. But the idea is, well, first off, they did tournaments through webcam, so like there's like a space for it, and people were like on a Discord server doing this kind of stuff, which is great or whatever. But the content creators didn't rely on the online clients, even though it was there. They did in person content, like 3 different camera setups, and then the way that they supplement it was they play the card. It's very easy to read on camera, but on top of that, they like whenever they play it, it like a bigger version pops up on screen, like in editing. So we did like that aspect of it. That specific channel that I'm referring to is like use proxies and stuff too. So yeah, like, like I said, we're still playing around with the a lot of people
We
don't
wanna play the
have
game for you
a
guys.
person to play with in person, so I mean, a lot of them are relying on these online clients still. Um, I know that not Top Deck. I'm about to say that's literally on the channel. Tabletop has a really cool
Yeah, I'm getting on
GUI.
tabletop.
But yeah, it's just I miss the random select aspect of it, and I feel like if they can recreate that and actually give it to us.
Man, right now the best we got is Ink Table. I'm playing against the AI making misplays with a starter deck. Or I can try to like
Well,
make them a
you can
deck.
give
I
it a
guess I
deck.
can. Yeah, I can make them a deck and
'Cause
give it to
I
them.
think Winter is the most recent video. He just did that. Yeah, like I said, it's easier to do it when it's just a completely
Yeah, but then like
virtual
AI,
interface.
like they make a bunch of like just like why would you do that
I
misplays?
mean, I never played on Ink Table,
You
so
it,
we tried to set up Cockatrice. So it's like, wow, I really
that one is
don't
so
want
difficult to
to.
set up, and it's
And
like
it's not super difficult to set up. Like I mean, it's
it's
like, if you
not,
could
but it's
just
just like
read the instructions. Clyde doesn't know how to read.
man,
So
all
if you
right.
just read the instructions, I set it up twice. It was like pretty intuitive for me. But it's just the matchmaking. It's like you're in a room, like in a game room, and you have to like connect to somebody, but it's all through the text chat. There's no voice aspect of it. And since you have to track your own misplays and like it doesn't do anything for you. It's like all very manual. It's in your better interest to try to get someone like on the microphone or something like that, so you know what they're trying to do instead of like typing everything out. Yeah, but these alternatives are not it. I really want them to come out with their own.
Yeah, I
They
was
haven't
hoping
done
that
that.
the D23 Expo they're gonna say, hey guys, at least a client in the works for 2026. We got all this other stuff in 2026. I mean, the game's gonna die in 2025, but we don't get an online client, man, because
It'll come
just
back when Pixar
it's the
when
game is
Pixar
not
gets
like I
it.
said, like it's not there with the Yu-Gi-Ohs, the Pokemons, the MTGs yet. So just trying to have it survive. And then think about all these games have several, if not one, several clients that are online. You got Magic the Gathering online and Magic the Gathering Arena. You have Duel Links and Master Duel. You have the Pokemon TCG online. Like you have an online way to play these games.
I mean, even Card Fight has.
Yeah, have official ways to at least play the game with
Yeah.
the proper ruling. Only I'm not spending $60
Well,
on it. I'm
it was a
not spending
special
$60
release.
on that though.
I mean, like even if they went like a
But
Pokemon route where it's like, hey, you get our packs, you get to scan a little QR
exactly.
code, you can open packs on the online client or get coins or whatever. That I like that system overall because I still get to crack packs and I get a reward
nothing beats
online.
cracking a pack, man. Nothing beats opening those packs.
So I mean, if they're worried about the revenue of it, I mean that's an easy way to do it. They're already putting stupid like puzzles. And I
Yeah, we
mean,
get the gateway, like not the
they
gateway,
did
like the
gateway. You did do a gateway ad?
yeah, little gateway ad, and the most recent one that like what was it? Set 3, we had the how to use locations
How to do
that were
locations?
extra
Yeah,
bulk after you got 3 of them, and then it was like, all right.
it was bulk on arrival. What do you
Oh, it was only
mean?
one that explained it, wasn't it? I thought it was like
Yeah, I mean, I think all of them did. But you got two of them.
I
You
think it
got
was
two
like
of them.
2 that needed to explain the entire
I'm saying you got
rulings,
two of
but
them
we got
each
2 of
pack.
them each. Yeah, guys, Ravensburger, if you're watching, don't do that again. I
Yes,
understand. Just
don't.
give us like a. I
I'm
get
saying
it. You
like,
gotta
get
you
us
gotta
a
teach the
QR
people
code.
how to do it in the pack. I get it. So I take that back. But can we get the artwork on the other side or something? Because
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
but
Or
then I
like,
guess it's like, oh, it's the back of the
and I think
card
like a
though. So
game
I
built
don't
into
know.
like the app that they already built, like could work.
That could be good.
Because
I
like a
know
lot
it'd
of
be
people
like a
already have the
massive
Lorcana
update,
app
but
already downloaded. It's like a one-stop shop. Essentially, you can play the games. You can build your deck and all that stuff on there. And then since if you do the QR code idea, then it's like, oh, you can
in
just
the
do
app, yeah, in the
easy
app.
QR code
At
read
least have
off
like
a phone.
the companion app, the Magic Gathering companion app. At least kind of similar to that.
Yeah, something similar. Yeah.
So because right now, I ain't gonna lie, besides showing off the foiling in the niche like 8 cards that got rulings, if you scroll up, it's worse than Dreamborn Inc. I'm not gonna lie, man. Cause we see prices on Dreamborn. It's kind of faster to build a deck on Dreamborn.
Ravensburger makes you make your deck on
Yeah,
Dreamborn.
like if I close the app for 1 second, the app resets. It's like, ooh, I can't even try to go to TCG Player, check the price, see if I want to do something. It's like, oh nope, app's resetting. It's like, man. And then I like the aspect of them with the lore counters and everything like that. You have the themed lore counters, and you have the Ursula Quest.
The two themes.
The 2 themes. We need to. Can we get like themes per set? That'd be awesome. But having the Ursula's Quest, being able to use that as well on there is actually really good. I will say that like I'm happy this set they were proactive with the update on the app because set 4 I
like,
was
wait, dang,
livid
the whole weekend?
because the whole weekend it was not updated, and I'm like, man, we're at the challenge as we speak. We need to like use this, and it's like, nah,
No,
man, it's not
can't do that.
updated. So now I'm looking at German release Jasmine on Dreamborn Inc. because the stuff didn't update on anything. I was like, this is really bad, but they seem to have fixed that, so I'm going to give them that. Shout out to Ravensburger for that. But honestly, yeah, we need an alternative for Pixelborn as soon as possible. As soon as possible. No, there's no question. I need it in 2025, man. I'll be real because I want to play the game. I haven't had that much time to play the game because our schedules are clashing, and it's like I work like the like third shift type of thing. So by the time I get off, it's middle of the night or it's close to like 12
I'm asleep.
post. He's asleep. So it's like I can't even be like, hey, can we try to even do a webcam play or a FaceTime play? No, we can't do that. I can't travel. I live 30 minutes away from him, so I can't travel over here after work and try to play. That's just not going to happen. So we have to synchronize days or I have to try to take days off just to play the game. And it's like, man, just having Pixelborn, so I can just go home, take a shower, eat, and play Pixelborn, and then get a couple games in and see if my Kukuli build is working. Nope. So now you got to take your broom deck idea to locals and get beat. And it's like, man, I can't even have fun here.
The 5 people that show up, like we went to locals today. Actually, they were recording it, and it's just like
it was sad, mixed bag.
You get like 2 people trying, you get 2 other people trolling, and it's like we're the last 2. There's 6 people.
Yeah, so it's like, should I be? I feel bad. I have this. I showed you guys the Blurple deck. I don't think it's that good, but I'm squashing like Betty Sue with the I thought a prime Steel Song list, but it's not. Or like dude playing the purple steel brooms, and I'm like, man, as soon as I saw him play Yen Sid, I was like, I just win, man. Dang it. I was trying to try this out. I get to the last round, I finally fight a guy who's playing an actual deck, and of course I get beat, but I'm trying to get reps in to figure out what's wrong with my deck and what should I change. I can't get that with 6 people in a random local, and we didn't even get to play for packs or nothing. It was just like,
play.
All right, guys, play
for points. That's what it really was. So like, I don't know, and that's what we're saying. Like, it's really hard to again like play the game if you have nobody there. It's really hard to play. It's really hard to get excited about the next set when you really sleep on the current sled. So it's like you don't have all the support you need yet. You don't have anything, and you have no way to play it efficiently. I get it. They don't want cards that you have to purchase in person just to be on there available and free, and people are doing tournaments and winning tournaments
Yeah,
off it.
I think of
But
course
like,
let's be real, guys. That's why they got it. When they start making 10K off tournaments and stuff, well, all right, guys, y'all are tripping. Y'all tripping. Let's be real, because no one's gonna play in person. If I could just play the 10K online, I'm not gonna do that. So I get it. I wish they just said no tournaments. No making money, but yeah, and that's a sad reality. If Disney lets Ravensburger license and make a game online, uh we're gonna have to have like a Hearthstone type of mechanic where we get dust and we're gonna have to open packs and craft cards. And I hope they use similar ratios to the actual game, but who knows? They
hey
might
man, they can be a
not.
little more generous on the enchanted. We haven't pulled a single one this set.
But we got more legendaries on average,
Yeah, I
so
got like
it's
so many.
like
They got so
give
many
or take, I
legendary.
suppose.
Not the
But
ones I wanted, of course, but some
no,
of
we
them.
got Clarabelle. We got Clarabelle.
We got all the Clarabells.
We
Yeah,
got all the
yeah.
Camillas and stuff. Right,
Yeah.
right.
We're talking about this Jafars.
That's another thing I'm like. Stop making these booty diaper cards and
Booty
making them
diaper
legendaries,
legendary
man.
cards.
Why did Steel get
Why is Elsa Spirit of the Winter better than most?
Elsa Spirit of Winter super rare? Should have been a super legendary because that card is cracked. But then I'm paying legendary prices. Well, not anymore. But day one legendary prices for Jafar and Arthur, cards that are never going to see the besides niche decks. Who's going to play an uninkable 7-drop in Steel?
Arthur's $3 right now. I don't think he's gonna climb up.
He's going to go down because that card is like
$1.
maybe a purple steel list. That's it. But like nobody's playing that card. No one's playing that Jafar. You can't even shift that guy. Nope. 0-7. What am I doing with a 0-7? I got to resolve. When the guy says Sisu, 3-drop Sisu.
Hey, you can't kill him with
3-drop Sisu, 6-drop Medusa, and he's a 7-drop. Or is he 8? I think he's 7. 7-drop.
I think he's 7. I'll look it up.
I smack into one thing. Don't let me take 1 damage. Then Maui takes him out. Maui plus Crab takes him out. Big Sisu takes him out. Brawl takes him out. Oh, Alex, not everybody's playing Ruby. Okay, like I said, you do one trade.
He's a 6-drop.
He's a 6-drop. Wow. So on my opponent's returning turn, they Medusa him. Even better. Even if I'm going first.
He can't be challenged by characters for a less though.
How much Medusa cost? How much Maui cost? How much the characters are actually going to punch him cost?
He has to get Maui plus something else.
Crab. Maui Crab boost.
Crab boost. Okay.
Maui Crab boost.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to play if the Maui aren't in the field? Like, we're not doing this right now.
I mean, there's okay, let's be real. There are ways to get this card to be resolved, blah, 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 blah. But even if I'm playing a Jafar deck, I'm not putting this guy in, man. Give me the lower drop Jafars.
Cracked? Double Crusting Vizier Jafar from the Ursulus.
This guy's just yapping. He's just yapping. Stop talking about this Luminary Quest.
This boy is a 7-drop.
Yeah, he's 9, good because they made him broken on purpose. You mean times
that was fun.
Whenever she played that what's that 1-drop? The contract? Was it the contract?
It was something. I was taken out of the game when the Typhoon hit.
Yeah, when they hit the Typhoon, I was like, all right, bro. Real ones no. Typhoon. You thought Be Prepared was bad. Typhoon had me about to crash out on the AI.
I was like, and items?
It had me about to crash out on the bot, bro. I was like, there's no way we can win this with brooms and support, bro. There's no way. On hard, there's no way. Let alone the extreme difficulty.
But yeah, sidebar, we're actually gonna doing a 2v2 next week. At another place down the road. We're gonna use that as a training. We're gonna use hard Ursula as our training.
If we can be hard Ursula, we can't lose to these regular guys, right, guys? Right? What's a Be Prepared to a Riptide, right?
Yeah.
What's a Maui to they had some 7/7 rush card. Was it a shark or something like that? It was something that was like, dude, 7/4 or something like that. I was like, rush. It was something like that.
It was one of the sharks.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than Pixelborn, I mean, another thing that killed it was the Bucky errata. Honestly, it really took a lot of people.
All right, guys, listen. I'm a Steel player. I played Blue Steel last set in set 4 and in set 3. So I never cared about the Bucky discard decks. I said, wow, I have swords, and I just didn't care. He saw it live. The guy was,
I
I
got
got all this stuff up.
swords. I got
Swords.
Baboom.
I got Baboom.
I got Storm
Cogsworth
Race
out. Guess
on.
what? Second Cogsworth out. I don't care what you do. I can win that. But I get it. A lot of people could not deal with that. Turn 1, look at your hand. Turn 2, Bucky,
If you weren't
shift,
A S tier, then you
sing
definitely
into
weren't gonna
sudden
feel like.
chill. You just had to minus all those cards. I just had all this play that's like unbreakable. Blah, 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 blah. It was a strong card. Now, there's no way Ravensburger didn't know this was going to be strong when they made the Diablo card. I'm not saying Diablo is like the main culprit, but it's like when you look at this as a sandwich.
I mean, the same set Aladdin came out.
Aladdin too, but Diablo being able to say turn 1, turn 2, and have all this out, they knew what they were doing. Oh, we got a minus an action card. I don't care. My opponent's about to minus their whole hand. And I have an evasive guy who's going to draw a card as soon as they go to the next turn. So even if you get rid of them, I at least got my card back.
Yep.
Then I got a ward Bucky sitting there. And it's like, if you're not playing Steel, good luck. And there's like, worst case scenario, if you're playing like Amber Steel, you may get gassed out before you can get to your inks to use your removal in certain cases. So it's like, I'm not going to say this combination of cards were not broken. And of course, Aladdin, Pegasus, these things exasperated those issues. And obviously, being able to just play the Floodborn character without having to shift it and have his effect work, that's brutal. So I think the change should have been shift. If you just had to shift into the person.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Oh, that hurts.
That's what most people were expecting.
He cost 1 extra. That's the only thing. You either make him cost 1 extra or you make him shift.
Yep.
They said 1 extra, shift, and he loses ward. Okay, the card's unplayable. All right, thanks. You killed the card. Now all the Bucky enjoyers, the guy who's actually enjoyed playing the deck, it doesn't exist anymore. Basically, play Bucky. I want to see you play Bucky because it's no reason to play that card. And so now Emerald Steel Discard is a shell of itself.
Yeah,
and
people knew that going to the Toronto Challenge.
Yeah. So I mean,
it was the last hurrah. Bucky's price went up. The promos went up. It was just
and now it's like it's done, and now we have a bunch of these cards on physical. I think we have like a bunch of we got at least like 8 Buckies in our box, and they're all incorrect text. So if we want to invite new players into the game, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this Bucky card is really good." No, sorry, man, they actually changed it, but we have infinite copies in rotation because it was like an uncommon card.
Yep.
So,
I mean, yeah, if they're gonna do errata, they need to.
They should have guaranteed put 1 in every pack type of thing,
or just make it a promo card or something.
Or make them an easy promo that just gives out for free at shops or something. Because not having that card get reprinted and you just have all these copies of the card that's incorrect out, and like I'm playing in some random city, random in the middle of nowhere, and I'm a new player and I get access to Bucky. I bought a Floodborn box and got Bucky. Oh, this guy's really good. Oh, actually, when you go to a tournament or when you go to an actual local that cares, it's like, oh, that card's actually wrong. You built your whole deck around it thinking you were smart, thinking you were good. Nope. Oh, well, I could have figured out by playing on Pixelmorn. No, got that. So it's confusing to new players. And I think it just feels bad as a veteran player who may have gotten the card when it was expensive and they said, yeah, it's just deleted it basically. They nerfed it 3 times over, extreme nerf. And it's got the community so scared now that when they made that bug on the Lorcana app where Hiram got it says draw 1 card instead of draw 2. Boy, I've seen about 5-6 Reddit posts. As soon as that bug pops,
is this real?
Whoa, is he nerfed? Is this real? Did Reddit say something? I'm checking the Twitter. I'm refreshing. I don't see. Because they're listen, guys. I love Sapphire. I would have been scared too if they did that. But like,
not your current deck. You didn't run him anymore.
I still like the card. He's a cool card, but
it's a cool guy. I didn't want to see him.
I didn't want to see him get shot.
It's the only consistent draw engine for Sapphire. Why would I want?
Yeah,
you guys to lose that? That just makes no sense.
I wish it was. I like I said, if we could have changed Bucky, probably just say you have to shift him, and I think that would have been enough to just neuter the card. It could have still been 2. They get that Diablo playoff, but that's all they would really get.
Yeah, and you're able to stabilize,
and you'll be able to stabilize after that.
Yeah.
So
they would have to think another way outside the box to even.
Like I guess maybe
So I mean, it. I think it would have brought it down.
It would have brought it down.
Whole peg. You didn't have to build against it, especially with the way that aggro is right now. It's not. Yeah. With the way that they rolled out aggro and Serene Skies, it was definitely not needed.
Yeah, and say what you want. I don't really like how they do their the way they put these cards out per box. You know, I think Ravensburger sit back in their office and they say, all right, guys, let's think of some card ideas. And then they write it down. They get about 15 to 20 cards that are actually good. And they say, all right, any other ideas? And then they just put them all in the bulk and they say, all right, that's about 200 and how many cards come out of the set? 250 cards. All right, cool. We got our 20 that are good. Add some random rarities on those. Uncommon here. Pete, wink, wink. Super rare here. Elsa, wink, wink. Daisy Duck, wink, wink. And then let's throw a legendary on one of these good ones. Clarabelle, Mufasa. And then we pad out the rest. How many legendaries are supposed to have the set? Oh, give him Arthur. Give him Jafar. Give him Pie Slinger, Donald Duck. This
Pie
stuff that
is good. Okay. Hey, buddy, don't talk about voice.
You lucky you can't zoom in on my face. I'm gonna let him get the chance to play it, and I can't wait to make him eat that pie because he's not about to win with this guy, bro. You're not gonna win with Pie Slinger. Just like if someone says I'm about to do an Arthur purple steel deck, I need to see somebody try to do it because it ain't looking good, bro. 7 uninkable and steel. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that, man. I'm not liking it. Clarabelle's a great card. I think she's a fantastic card. That's my favorite type of ways to make cards. Mufasa, if you can't shift, have a guy who just really, really strong. If he resolves, the game may be over. So it's like, hey, these are good. And then you can have cards that are maybe like, Camillo, he's if he resolves, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But he has several ways to get beat. Yeah. So it's like, so
Naveen's fine. We knew
he plays pretty much exactly how I thought. He's really good when he works really well, but there's ways where opponents just play him on turn 4, and I just shrug and say, okay, you got your value, but did you really? And we go from there. I played against Daisy Duck. It's still a good card, but depending on how you build your deck, it's not that good because you get to. I was low on cards. I was playing Blurple. I'm inking. I go against 3 Daisy Ducks on the field. Quest for what was that 6? They quest for 6, but then I got 3 cards back in my hand because I happened to hit character. So I was like, okay, I was actually able to stabilize and turn that game around and win it. So, even though I still think Daisy Duck is really extreme with that 1/4, I don't know why they gave her 1/4 as a body.
That's
because you guys really want her to be good. You really want me to spend $20 per copy on that card, which is
good thing there's extra copies.
Thank you, Ravensburger. Because Ravensburger knows, like, why would I play the Lilo? Oh, well, because you can quest with Lilo and you don't give your opponent a card. She has 4 health. She has 4 health, man. Yeah. 4 health. And then there's worlds where you can actually, your opponent doesn't hit.
I mean, you're getting 4 health, but you're giving your opponent a card.
You're potentially giving your opponent a card. And if it's a character, 9 times out of 10, that character ain't gonna remove your board. That's the one thing that's like, unless you're playing like what Sisu or
Ruby or Steel. Steel has some people that like do like point damage.
You talking about the Stitch? You talking about this 5? What was he? 5 uninkable Stitch? They'll deal 1.
Does he deal 1?
Yeah, he deals 1.
It's greater than 0?
I think he's 4. I think he's 4 uninkable. Deals 1.
Greater than 0?
Yeah.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Can't wait. I drew my 1-drop Robin Hood. Can't wait.
You got something anyway, but we're mainly talking about Ruby.
But I mean, it's this polarizing card design. I think they know what they're doing. I think that's what all the games, like all TCGs, they make a few good cards and then a bunch of pack fillers just to be like, here, this is what you want to chase and stuff like that. So I'm not going to completely put the blame on Ravensburger, but it's annoying to get a legendary in your box. Like, oh, this is a legendary in the legendary spot, and it's Jafar or it's an Arthur. Like I'm sorry I'm dogging these guys, but dang, man, I'm a Steel player, and I jumped off a Steel. That's how bad this set was for Steel. Once I saw the 7 Dwarves, I knew my whole. I was like, we're cooked. We're cooked. 7 Dwarves and Snow White. That's literally 8 cards that are not going to be playable. That's so good. I can't wait. And we got the mine 9 9 cards.
We were looking for Grumpy for a while. We're like, where's Grumpy at? Like, why is he not here? Oh yeah, he took up
a super rare slot for Steel. Grumpy. When we got uncommon Pete. What are you guys doing? I'm happy that Pete's available for everybody, but come on, guys.
I mean, it's not super. It's like it's a good card, but it's not super strong.
What, Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a card that situationally, like when it comes out, it can win you the game, but it also can just be meh. Like I had it played against me today, and I didn't have any actions to play. So I was like, I don't really care. But let's be real, that card could have still been a rare at least. Let's be real, he really could have.
It could have.
But
And I mean, like I think they were being a little more generous with this set, honestly, overall. But you know what they say. You're welcome. No.
Yeah, you're welcome. Uncommon. That could have been a rare card too. I ain't gonna cap.
Been.
But
no, it's a rare. It is a rare card.
It's rare. I thought it was uncommon.
No, it's rare.
It's rare.
Yeah.
My fault.
Like a single rare.
Yeah, like the triangle rare. Yeah. Well, that I think we can look at like the overarching aspects of the game now with like the meta and everything like that. The challenges may kind of add a little bit of discussion on this, but something I look at with the game, what we've seen over this year, Ruby and Steel are clearly the leaders in removal, and there's so much it's so much so to the fact that we're like 9 times out of 10, if you want to play another color that's not Ruby or Steel, chances are mixing them with Ruby or Steel is probably the best option you have. Now, don't get me wrong, there have been people who've won challenges, with other color combinations. We have the Amber Amethyst that won Atlanta. Just recently at Toronto, Amber was it Amber Emerald that just won?
Right.
I believe there's another one as well.
The challenge? No. It was
an Amethyst Emerald that came second, I think, at Chicago. I don't know who won that. Who won?
No, Chicago. I think second was Ruby Amethyst.
Who won it then? I thought it was
It was a Emerald Steel.
Emerald Steel. Yeah.
My fault.
The
60% of the people playing there.
But like a few. What I'm getting at is a few people have, but I think it's more of a surprise factor is why they're winning. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, hey, there are some people that are winning with other combinations, but across the board, when it comes to locals, random top 8s, you go to your local place, you go to your local like 10K tournament or whatever. Chances are the deck is either running blank Steel or blank Ruby. Let's be real, guys. And I think the biggest offender is, the King deck. If you want to play the game and you don't want to think, Amethyst Ruby. You go to play the Amethyst Ruby.
Wait.
You play the exact same every set. It's the same
I've watched
thing.
many a YouTube video where people just don't know how to play Ruby Amethyst. There's a lot of nuance with that. He's making a face, but like, I mean, even the locals today, like the guy was like, "Oh, this is the safest Ruby Amethyst deck," which is fair.
Yeah,
it's a fair deck, but it's just like it's like you have a lot more room of nuance, especially with set 5.
I agree.
Because now you have library.
Elsa. You have the
Elsa.
Rafiki.
You got the Madame M elephant.
Yeah,
you got turtle.
Things. You have turtle.
I got to see that one in there. But you see what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit more nuanced. I mean, even I think the greatest example of this was last set, before the Bucky nerf. I optimized my build. I was like, oh, discard's gonna be an issue. I have an option, and then eventually the Ruby Amethyst options came more forward after that challenge. But I went into that challenge with a already optimized deck against that, so now I'm like 60-40ing the discard deck. So like I like that it's a consistent color combination. That's like always competitive. Like going back to Carpet Vanguard, I played Royal Paladins. I played Royal Paladins. Slash the Keter Sanctuary they switched them over to. That was just like a consistent. And before they did a couple of reboots, but before the reboot, it was like the main character deck, so it was like B tier at all times.
Hey, Ruby Amethyst ain't B tier. That tier one.
Ruby Amethyst is
tier 1
it stays at A tier. I think.
If you guys watch wrestling, right? Macho Man said, "The cream of the crop rises to the top." That's always what he was dumpstering. Nah, he trying to be nice on camera. He was, oh my god, Ruby Amethyst is so bad in set 4. What am I gonna do, Bucky? Oh my god, Blue Steel.
Then they killed Bucky. They killed Bucky
before Bucky died. Before Bucky died, This dude over here.
I was Tekken. You can't say
yeah,
I was
you
Tekken.
were Tekken, and then guess what happened? Everybody else started adopting that Tekken.
Yeah, well, I mean, not a lot of people were still running Peter Pan Shadow, which is really
maybe.
Peter
Pan Shadow, Super Goof. There's some good cards in there, guys. Like there's always Flynn Rider tech, Sisu tech. There's a lot of things you can do in
not the Super Goof. You really run into.
I'm talking about set 4.
Yeah, I'm saying not
people was running. I thought like 1, 2.
It was not to win.
Not to win.
No, they were going. They were
took it out?
You had to get rid of Diablo. That was the idea.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't get rid of Diablo, so I teched in like Maui's Fish Hook at one point and all other stuff. So
there was tech, and long story short, Ruby Amethyst rose back to the top. Gave it a couple weeks.
Yeah,
people put it right back on top of that ladder because they said, "Wow,
it's just a consistent."
Who could have thought
like
that?
I said, it's a consistent build.
Playing Be Prepared and then bouncing control pieces to end the game is just strong.
Now, what I thought was going to be always good is the Steel Song, but that took a nosedive after set 3 and hasn't recovered really. Even with this new set, it hasn't.
It's okay.
It's not good though. Like I'm not scared of it. I used to be scared of it. I used to be definitely scared of it.
I think the lists are. We need to see like a definitive list. So I'm gonna let this set cook.
That's not the best. I think it's the best way to.
We have a lot of answers now.
You have a lot of answers, but I'm like I think there is a optimal way to play it, and then you have like very low variation from the optimal way to play. But with Ruby and with this, there's a optimal core sets, but everything else is a lot more variable. You need to start taking in where you can see fit. And even in that optimal core set, like it's debatable. So I think you got like a crisp 40 cards that you can't touch, but like you can move like 20 to 30.
And it changes the way you want to play, like more high end, more low end.
It just depends on what you're again. Like it ebbs and flows with the meta, right?
Yeah. So
I don't think Stillsong has that same same versatility. At one point it did. I mean, it was very early on. I thought it was going to stay that way, but they just did not support Stillsong as much as it needed to be supported. They gave them the beam this patch. They gave I don't know.
I want to give it a little more weeks to cook. I think there are tools to make it still that good. People are still trying to run the new stuff, and they're forgetting what was good about it in the past. I'm starting to see not that many queens, and I'm like, hey, Queen still gets the job done.
It does.
Robin Hood is a good card, but I'm kind of leaning away from it in a way. Like, I mean, you got to shift 5 for the Cinderella, but that card is still like very good against a steel matchup because they have to either be prepared or cry. So,
I mean, you said against a steel matchup and still can't be prepared.
Well, yeah, steel gets completely dogged on by Cinderella. Like once Cinderella, I'm talking about Big Steel Cindy.
Yeah.
When she comes out, you can't really do none to her. You try to Zeus her, she eats it. Sword, she eats it. Storm John eats it. I guess if you have a full board of 7 characters, you can hit her with Strength of the Raging Fire. Good luck. So, and then on top of that, she's a win more card. If you slate to sing and she gets to come out, hit the thing she wants to hit, or a quest for 3.
They ever see minus resist?
Maybe.
And if we do, I'm scared for
I think Emerald's gonna get it. I ain't gonna lie.
I can see it.
But
I was just wondering.
Speaking of resist, I mean, hey, another thing that hurts still is the fact that cards like Cusco is coming out.
Yep.
And we also got the smaller Cogsworth. This is why I'm trying to run in my Blurple build. I did some revisions. That smaller Cogsworth being able to shift, give a through line for Blurple, that helps because having access to Cusco and Cogsworth, that completely shuts down Steel. I'll just pay my ink. I got 12 ink. I'll pay 4 ink, 8 ink to get that resist 2 on everybody if it means like your swords does absolutely nothing. Your strength does nothing. I can eat the Zeus's and stuff like that and still keep going, still have my characters out. And I've always been the person that says like Steel gets drug out and gets beat out by Ruby and now potentially Sapphire with depending on what you're playing. So Steel did take a hit. This set they pretty much didn't get anything but the Pete.
Yeah, except for the Pete.
And I guess
the Pete is great. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying, wow, when do I play this Pete? Oh yeah, turn 6. But if I'm already getting donkeyed,
like if I'm losing, Pete is not as good. But if I have if I'm really really wide with a good board state, I guess Pete coming out still has some merit. So I'm not gonna say Pete's not a good card.
You better be lucky that if your opponent doesn't have sheets you already
I'm
developed.
trying to think of any other steel card that actually came out that I was like, wow, I can't wait to play with that card. And
It was just Pete.
it was
It
just
was
Pete, man. Like, I'm looking around. I don't know. Like,
so.
correct.
I mean,
Someone's gonna
honestly,
say something in the comments and be like, "Oh, what about this card?" And I'll say, "Oh yeah, my fault." I'll personally go in the comment section and apologize if you tell me another card in the Shimmering Skies that's actually worth it to steal beyond game referee Pete or whatever wrestling referee, whatever
yeah,
his subtext is.
it's like referee Pete or something like that.
Referee Pete, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Hands
that's
out.
probably on screen right now.
So, um, but yeah, still didn't get that much support in set 5, so that does actually hurt it. There are people that are trying now more than ever to make new combinations of cards work. Like I said, I'm doing the Blurple. He's doing the Ruby. Well, you're using Ruby, so never
I've
mind.
been waiting.
Amber, Emerald. You know, people are trying to play. People are still trying to do Amethyst, Emerald. Nobody's doing Blue Emerald yet. That may be some niche stuff, but it's still looking like on average when you really build around it. I'm always thinking about Ruby and Steel. Whenever you make a deck, you're thinking about, does this get Medusa'd? Does this get Maui'd? Does it get swords? Does this get Zeus'd? That's the 4 questions I ask myself
Does it get
whenever I
Storm
put
Rage
any
on?
card in my yeah, or does it get Storm Rage on? Like, I ask those questions every single time I put a card in a deck that doesn't have this color combination in it, because it's like, is this card actually going to be good? If a card costs 6 and it has 3 or less toughness, I'm already thinking, dude, in response, my opponent can say no. I'm already thinking in my head, even if it does have, like, if it's a 4 or more, they can still be prepared and stop me from getting my value. Like, if it's a Jafar, it's really easy to be, oh, yeah, be prepared. I don't know what I got to resolve. But, you know, just having that threat of the Medusa coming out, and it's like, damn, not only does it take out my card, that's a body. That's what makes Ruby so good. It's a body in addition to taking it out. Versus with Steel, there's a world where, okay, I took out the aerial, so they have to hard cast swords, and then they end their turn. So it's like, okay, my boy got wiped, but they didn't play a character, so I'm still on the developing front. They still got to respond to me. I can still quest before them. It's okay. But when they get that Medusa out, that Maui out, it's a character. So now I'm like, oh man, not only did they remove my thing, they got a character that can quest or attack something else next turn, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man. And then, of course, with Ruby, you can, if you spend your resources to slow them down, you're helping them be prepared. So if they hit their be prepared after you just wipe their board, perfect. Thank you, be prepared. And it's like,
You better whole new world.
yeah. But then you may hold new world until be prepared.
I mean, that's the catch 22 of it, and that's the other thing. That's what keeps stealing around. They have a lot of options to be like, forget your items. Oh, forget your locations.
Yeah,
Oh,
Steel is
forget your hand.
pretty much the only item that.
It's just to be there, the antithesis of Ruby. And
yeah,
honestly, it does do that job. So if Ruby ever gets good, it's like, all right, I'm right there to be like, I'm gonna take you down a couple pegs. And the meta always responds that way, but it's just like right now, people are just trying stuff. That just came out. They just got back from Toronto, so we're still waiting for people to kind of figure out. But even like tonight, when the with the Washington Challenge tickets dropped, there wasn't a scramble to get them. I think it goes back to everything that we led up to this point. It's like not a lot of people understand what they're gonna play, how they're gonna practice. They're missing that. It's like,
I argue that the skill level, the skill ceiling, has went. I ain't gonna say skill ceiling, but like the skill floor has decreased because of the death of Pixelmore.
yeah.
So now it's like you may have this off the wall build, but if you can't go to locals every week, are you sure it works? Are you going to spend X amount of dollars to get into the challenge and then travel potentially to that challenge?
Yeah.
So now it's like only locals are wanting to go. Look at the Atlanta challenge. First, granted, it was the first challenge, but that sold out instantaneously. As soon as it opened, instantly out. Go back to Chicago. As soon as it opened, instantly out. And I believe, what was the one after that? Texas? Instantly sold out. I'm not talking about the European ones, unfortunately. I'm not as familiar with that market. But
Toronto, pretty sure they had some.
Toronto, I think by the end of that first day it was out, but it still has some time.
Right now, I think I could check right now, and it's still. I think it might be out. But
yeah, we checked. Listen, man, if it lasts more than an hour, I'm looking at you different. Not saying like some of the people who wanted to really go got their chance to go to these other challenges, and
Yeah.
now it's like more of the hardcores
I wanna
going.
go. I want my
But
second
like
chance. But I don't know, it's just a lot of playing, and
I
it's
feel less confident in traveling to go and play for this game
yeah,
without having either like an ironclad, consistent local presence, or
a way to play
a way to play online.
online. Oh, with a bunch of with a bunch of people, and we just don't have that yet. So this is kind of a video, like a Dear Ravensburger type video. Like,
Yeah,
if you ever find this, if some random person finds this and like wants to take some notes, this is what people are saying.
we love this game, guys.
We
We
love
really
this
do.
game. We want to keep playing it. We recommend more and more people to get into it.
But
We
we're looking
want
at
to
our
be
local shops,
competitive.
man. It's not looking good.
Yeah,
There are some shops that are still doing great tournaments. I'm not saying that everything is all doom and gloom. It's not.
yeah.
Still doing 10K tournaments. Like you said, we still about to do this 2v2 tournament. This is a new tournament design. So it's new ideas, still fresh ideas trying to be played. And we may do a video about that, at least in a retrospective about it. But there are, just as there's goods, there are bads. There's shops that are like, man, I don't know if I want to get supported the same way, or we might have to cut tournament days, or we may have to cut the way we're doing, buying the product, and it was a point when at peak we were doing midnight releases. Now it's like next day really,
You
like
still got all your tropes still, like
yeah, it's like we're going in, they still have all their product, and
yeah. Like
you know
the shop up north, just lowered the prices of their boxes,
yeah, and
from MSRP to like
yeah, I'm
say like
seeing like
115.
set 3 boxes in person going for $90, man. Like, mm, mm. And that's something that I don't know, because we have like first chapter still obviously is going to always be that mythical box to get,
Yeah,
but and I guess second chapter, I mean not second chapter, but the Floodborne
Bloodborne. Yeah,
set, Rise of the Floodborne, is still kind of in that scarce stage nowadays.
yeah.
But 3 and onward, it's so much in the
They're in trend
market
right now.
because
Yeah,
of the fears of the first 2 sets, but the card value on average is worse because like
that's
I
just
don't
Blake's
gotta
Castle.
listen. You guys release what
Blake's
60,
Castle's still a
70,
lot.
80 cards for Amethyst. Like you said, we using the same 40 cards since set 2
Yep.
as the shell. I'm using
You
Lady
got Queen's
Tremaine
Castle now,
still.
man.
I'm still using Maui to set 1. I'm still using Madam Mim, Fox, and Snake. That's
So you
set
to be
2.
prepared.
Be prepared, set 1.
Elsa's coming back in and out.
Yeah, and it's like there is a little bit of variance in some of these decks, but post set
These
3,
people aren't running Beast anymore.
yeah, I guess people aren't running Beast as much, but like,
And Tinkerbell,
yeah, Tinkerbell got
but
cut
people
down
are
a little
still
bit,
running
but people still running
Cinderella.
Cinderellas. People still running Ariels. These are set
Both the
1,
one
set
drop
2.
and the seven drop.
Yeah, Robin Hood gets played, but that's set 3.
Set 3.
Queen set 2.
Yeah,
Bare
yeah, she
Necessity
was
set
good.
3. Like, set 4. Honestly, Ursula Return. I don't even see Ursula that much anymore, guys. That sucks.
I see 2 drop Ursula. I don't
Yeah, I
see
don't see the
Tinker.
3-drop Singer Ursula. I don't see her, and
I
that was
mean,
a good
there's not
card
really
at one time,
not really a reason to see
but
her. I
now
mean,
it's no
like a
reason
lot of
to.
people have a lot of ways just to be like,
Yeah, no, I
I don't
don't
want
really want
to
to see her,
brawl.
and yeah, like, and that's a sad thing where they've made answers like immediately to certain cards, but then
Yeah,
there's other cards that are still like shrug.
yeah.
You can't deal with that Maui. What are you gonna do against? What are you gonna do with that Maui?
So what are you
Maui.
gonna do against Madam Mim?
What are you gonna do against Madam M
Game.
Fox, Madam M Snake? When your opponent says turn 1 drop, turn 2 Snake. It's like, oh dang.
You better hope they can't get value off that person leaving the field. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's again, like I said, we love the game. We want more and more people play it. It's just, I think it's extending its growth, not having that online platform, so you
Yep.
can connect to more people, and get that like world, not the world support, that nationwide support. Because like you're not going to really get that same level of love for these characters as you are
Mm-hmm.
in American audiences. Because we grew up on it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's a US based company. We got we got Disney World,
NA
Disneyland.
based company. I believe they're Canadian. Am I mistaken?
Well, Ravensburger. That's just
Yeah.
about Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, the characters. Um, but yeah, yeah. So it's terrible to see that we can't like connect in this way. I mean, like even the D23, like since they like made those cards more available, which is great. It kind of took out the mystique.
Yeah, it was nowhere near as cool as the first D23 where they got those Elsa promo was going for
Yeah.
10K.
Yeah.
Captain Hook promo going for 3K. And I'm not saying I want all these cards to be priced as much, but that was such like a hype around the
Yeah.
game.
I kind of want the Oswald, but I'm not paying 200 quid for Oswald. Like,
No, I barely want to get the villainous game for the Prince John.
I really don't. But
Yeah, I don't even want to play
card.
the game, to be honest, but it's like Prince John card.
It looks nice though. It's a nice looking card.
Yeah, it's a nice card. And that card not even that good. But it's like it's a nice card though. I mean,
Yeah, it's nice to look at.
Yeah.
I would love to have it in my collection, but that's another thing. It's like I want to get cards so I can play them. I don't want just to collect them.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'm not saying I want all promos to be cards that are good, because that's when you get, you know, $1,000 cards and stuff like that. Like that's I don't want that per se, but I mean, Joe Schmo being a random promo, like Jolly Roger promo, is like, man, okay, it was a 2-cent card, now it's a 5-cent card. Yay!
Yeah. And then like, what happened to like a cool art?
Yeah, not just like a shiny.
I'm saying like for the like
marker at the bottom.
for the what are they called? The set championships.
Yeah, y'all did that set championship Stitch.
That Stitch was great.
This is something that we got. That Stitch was S tier art.
S tier art.
Guess what? Nobody plays that card no more, but that art is still 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and people are not gonna forget that card.
And I'm not gonna forget that.
People were asleep on the Ursula card before it even came out.
That Ursula, bro. When we got that
Mirabelle
leak
looks good
of the Ursula matte, it looked like it was a fake. I was like, nah, this can't be what they're gonna make, right? Just Rant this champion on the corner in basic font, and then like a poorly cropped image of the Ursula on the. I didn't go to that set championship.
We got the puzzle pieces already, guys.
I didn't go to that set championship. I wasn't fiending to go to that set championship,
and I didn't miss it either. It was like, oh, I had so many opportunities.
Yep, and guess what? I haven't seen a single person play that mat. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of those Stitches.
Yeah,
I have not seen a single.
Them around. People putting in like plastic, putting them in glass.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do with the
Mirabelle. I can't.
Yeah,
the card's cool. Okay, it's not bad.
The art is good. That's what he meant to say. The art is good. That card, please, please have that many characters on the field. Figure that out.
Aggro.
And let me play Steel. Let me play Steel and you figure that out. Let's
I mean, once you get her out, I mean, like, she doesn't have to have the characters don't have to be out to.
You just can't quit. You can dime her. So you're gonna play Amber. You're gonna play Amber Sapphire and just dime her. Put her down, dime her. Go for it. Go for it. Come on, guys.
Can we make good cards?
Listen, Ravensburger, we love you. I would love to have a detailed conversation about some of the card designs you guys do. Who's playing these hyenas? I just want to know.
Well, if you build if you just go off the
who's playing the doors? A girl at the shop had a 7 doors deck. She didn't even want to pull it out. She was embarrassed to try to play it. And she played her traditional Steel Song list because she knew that she was going to lose trying to play this pseudo Knight Dwarf synergy. I don't care if Snow White has 7 resist. Medusa still claps to cheeks. It doesn't matter. 5 uninkable? What is up with them in 5 uninkable with 3 strength? Can we talk about this? Piglet. You made an enchanted, beautiful enchanted. I'm not playing that card.
It's not so enchanted though.
Snow White, beautiful enchanted. I'm not playing that card. Dude, Arthur, beautiful enchanted. I'm not playing.
I saw someone with a playset of Yinsen enchanted. You got them.
I'm so sorry.
$50 each, I think.
Yeah, $50 each. Because man,
they were so sleep.
Ooh, I love your enchanted, but
still
we got this enchanted Amari worth what $62 next to Bad Guy Pete. This is like, guys. And I love the enchanters of the set. That's why we'll give them props. The enchanters of set 5
beautiful.
Look beautiful. If we get any enchanted, I'm happy because the arts on every single one of them are beautiful. Of course, we have ones we want. Yeah. Mufasa, Clarabelle.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Now, personally, I'll take the Arthur enchanted, even though we won't play him. He looks awesome. I love that. Just him with the sword and everything, the colors, everything. Yeah. Same thing with the Snow White one. Her on the hill, I'll take it. I'm not wanting it, but I'll take it. I'll even take Royal Tantrum. I think it looks beautiful. Him beating on the gold. Yeah. Great. I'll figure out how to play it. I'll put Tamatoa and I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Because these arts look that good, but man.
I haven't seen a lot of people play blue steel. Yeah. But no, I did. I lied.
That guy playing the clown deck. All right.
That was the only time.
I think you can still play blue steel the exact same way. It's just like you got to think about the fatigue when you're not adding any new cards for
Yeah.
steel that are actually helping that deck. I'm playing the same deck.
Yeah,
I mean, Sapphire, you get access to like the Mufasa and stuff
same
like
thing
that.
happened
But
really with this. Like the guy, like I said, he's playing the safe version. He didn't really make any changes other than
I don't think I've seen a single new card in his deck.
he has he has nothing.
I didn't see a single new card in that guy's deck.
Not a single new card. Like
We asked him to play library. Nope.
Nope.
Elsa Fifth Spirit. Nope.
Nope.
He's just playing the same thing from set 4.
Maleficent. Nope.
I think same thing from set 3. No, he had
No.
did he have Sisu? He had Sisu. He had the Sisu. So he had set 4. He has
Yep, so, yeah.
he had the one that
Yep,
with the
yeah,
card in
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Sisu, not the big one. He ain't go for that big one. He's got the card in hand.
No, he has
Sisu.
like one copy of that card.
Yeah, like I guess for the DC, yeah, one copy player.
Yeah.
But
And that I feel like that card would be even more played if you if
I don't
you
know.
had more ice block type things available.
I don't know how I feel about that though, because it's like, we're getting all these hundreds of cards and we're not using 99% of them.
Yep. We get
most of the list of
204
revisions.
cards per set.
Yeah, and
40 of them are good if we're lucky.
He's giving you a lot of credit. I think it's around 20. Be real.
No, there's some good comments there. Like, oh, okay, this I didn't think about this initially, and then it's like, oh, this is
all right. I'll give him that 30. I'm not giving you 40 because we
no, because you gotta count the enchanted.
Anyway,
that's 10 out of the 12 enchanted being good.
Nah, it's man. Not only enchanted are good. I'm gonna be real.
That's what I'm saying. That was accounting for only 10 out of the 12.
Not even 10.
I know, but like I'm just being generous.
Yeah, it's like
Let me be generous.
So we get double Clarbells. It's easy. That's what it feels like. It feels like when you have your boxes designed like that, it makes me not want to buy boxes.
Yep.
We do our big day one release box buy, but if we're being real, if we're trying to save money, don't do it. Don't even do that. Just wait a week.
Honestly, Clarbell was like
she was $6. Yeah, what this market watch? She was $6 day one. You could have bought a whole playset of her and ran off on the plug because she went up to 30 literally 2 days later.
Yeah.
And
second day she tripled in price. I think with the 18.
But then look at like Merlin. He was $60 pre-release. As soon as the game came out,
boom,
dropped down to what 10? He's like 8 now. Luckily, I didn't buy a single copy of him. We pulled all the copies I have, but I'm happy I didn't spend no money on that because I would have been sad.
Even the Clarbells, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna hold up on this.
Yeah, luckily we had 4
boxes. I'm like, I'm not itching to go buy it.
Yeah, and we had opportunities to buy like Mufasa stuff like that, but the more we said and thought about it, it's like, no.
Is it even good right now? What we did was we invested in a way to make better proxies, and I feel like that was a better way.
That was a better use of our dollars because if we only have to invest in the card when we're going to actually have to play the deck in like a tournament. Yep. Luckily our locals are cool with proxies. I think all locals should be cool with proxies unless you're putting money on the line. Then you can argue that, but even then, if you're really a good player, who cares if you got the card or not? Yeah. Just play the deck. Now, because like I said, we have jobs, we understand bills need to be paid, things like that. So, hey, but official Ravensburger events obviously want to have your cards.
Yeah.
And major money, 10K stuff like that. I get it, have your cards, but man, we're playing for a pack, bro. Put this proxy on the field, man. Come on, man. You know what the card does. So, I don't know. Like I said, with that current model, when you see things like, I should never feel like that. I should see a reveal and not be happy or excited. When they revealed the 7 Dwarves, I was upset because it's like, oh, I know Steel's gonna be bad. That's 8 cards, 9 cards are just fodder, not gonna be good. And turns out I was correct. I mean, you can try to play Doc, you can try to play Happy, but nobody else is playing anything else. Yep. And it's like Ravensburger, if you're gonna do things like Happy, where I can turn 1, play him, he gets evasive on my turn, and he's a 2/1, so I have an option to deal with Diablo on turn 2. Why nerf Bucky so bad? Now, granted, Diablo's another card, but it's like,
I mean, like the reason for Bucky's nerf was not Diablo. It was, hey, I'm gonna stop you from being able to play the game turn 3, and then I never lose that momentum because I can keep just playing.
Let me do a better question. Why give the answer to the people that had the answer? We're that's something I'm trying to figure out too. We're giving cards to people that are already winning. We gave Magic of the Spell the don't discard me card. They're already good. The Ruby Amethyst players are like, okay, thanks.
I was like, wow, you
mean,
killed discard.
I
Then
was
put this
going to
card
bounce
out?
my rabbits anyway and get my like extra card draw. In fact, I kind of wanted the hand refresh, but now it's like,
Wow, I
I
don't
don't
have
even
to
have to
wait that.
think. I don't have
Yeah.
to try to.
Good luck holding world to me with Magic
Yeah,
Spell in
and
the
it's
field.
like, oh, all right. And I'm like, that's strange. We're getting, and we was wondering why they made I'll find them out Platinum for Steel, because it's like, damn, Steel got all the item removal, and then you just said here's another blanket item removal, and it's like, oh, what hurts you too? Okay, like granted, nobody really runs that card, but having access to that type of card in Steel, it's like, man, we just throw it in the pile of all
And
the
it's
other item
single.
removal. We got like 4 other item removal cards, and it's singable. Yeah, so it's like, hey,
So, yeah,
but then I mean I get it. The color spectrums, all these different colors, they have pros and cons. It's just how concrete can we stay in those margins of the pros and cons to before it stunts deck versatility?
yeah.
Because Amethyst's removal seems to be like bouncing, just pushing it back into your hand, or
Terrible.
having rush and just trying to rush and hit yourself after you exert.
Terrible.
Which is, these are things that can be terrible in certain situations. Oh, you got a Cosworth out, so that rush doesn't really work as well. Oh, you have just, awarded character, so I can't bounce that back. Or, oh, I bounce something back like a goat, and you get to play it again. Oh, he can only bounce cost 3 or less, or 2 or less. You bounce my fox.
Is that inkable?
Oh man, you bounce my snake. Oh man, you bounce my 1-drop. I guess I'll ink it. Like, it hurts aggro players, I suppose, but who's going to have 8 Maleficences out to push back everything from the aggro player? Like, I don't know what they're thinking with that. And then you go to Emerald. Oh, they got a ton of banished characters. Oh, what's that one card and what's that one text in between the words banish and characters? You know what I'm talking about? All those Emerald cards that say banish character, it says chosen. Oh, no, it doesn't. It says damaged.
You just can get rid of all of them.
So what I'm going to do? I'm going to trade and then banish.
What you do is.
Or I'm forced to play Steel. My fault. Because that's the only people that have direct damage. What are you talking about, Alex? There's 4 cards in Amethyst that allow you to move damage counters. Come on, man.
And one of them's Elephant. Elephant's good.
Yes. But beyond that, like, who's playing this
Ruby
Beauty and the
has
Beast.
no way to remove items. It's like, wow.
Yeah, Ruby has no way to remove items, so they're forced to try to.
I'm inherently weak to item decks. Great.
And then you give
that. Oh, I can't.
Like godlike items to Sapphire. Sapphire has a bunch of godlike items to where, listen, I think Amber's the only other color that wants to play an item being Flute. Yep. What's the other item that sees play? Photosphere? I guess.
The Chromacon?
The Emerald Chromacon?
No, not Emerald. Amethyst. But even then, it's like.
Yeah, no one's playing Amethyst. Emerald Chromacon?
I played against it. Amethyst Chromacon today.
I guess, man.
Yeah, you really don't see it anymore.
Maui's Fish Hook, I guess. Like you're seeing niche.
Not even
that. You don't even
see
that. It's like you
used to see a spell book. No one plays that.
Yeah,
anymore.
It's like very niche.
Was the wisdom, whatever thing, knowledge?
Oh, the gain wisdom and knowledge or something like that. Gain to lore.
Yeah,
that spell. Lore. Yeah,
it's like I'd rather do that.
Yeah,
and more splash factor,
So right now, the only people that are really running items is Blue. They have the access to the Popsicles, the Fishbone Quills,
and they won't go crazy
the Ice Blocks
because Steel's in the game. So it's like,
yeah, and Steel's the only people that can say like, "Hey, I need you to stop that." Right and then Emerald still, they have ways to say stop that, so I will acknowledge that Emerald does have a way to say stop that.
There are a few ways.
I guess Amethyst can push the item back if it's under 3 or less, but Dime costs 7. Oh, so I don't get to touch that. And then you push like a popsicle. Unless you do it on turn 3 or turn 2, my fault. If I'm playing turn 1 popsicle, turn 2 1 jump ahead. So unless you do it on turn 2, I don't really care. So I mean, just not having like that's the thing. I don't want every color to feel like they can do every single thing.
Yep.
Because then it's like
I'm saying like give them an option, but make it super damaging for them.
Ruby got to be like remove an item per the strength of a character, like something like that. Like either pay a cost and banish a character to banish an item, something ridiculous, but it's like you have an option, just a card that gives you a niche option.
Or I mean, do like a teeth inhibition strat where it's like, all right, I'm damage yourself, and you can remove an item that's that much damage, something like that.
Something, just something that is like, hey, you just have a niche option that can remove.
Or heck, even banish this item, banish that other item, and it runs out
I'm
of
also
items.
confused where we have a lot of like, I guess Ravensburger seems to be very scared with the recurring damage pinging effects because every one of those type of effects are hidden behind, are locked behind very expensive uninkable cards. So like the plasma blaster thing from Lilo and Stitch, that was like a set 1 card, set 2 card. All you do is pay 4 uninkable and you can exert it. I think you have to pay 2 and you deal 1 damage to a character.
It's gotta pay 2.
You see, that's a 6 ink up
Arliss
front to do
Cannon.
that. Or you got the steel Chromacon, pay 6 ink to exert it, deal 1 damage to somebody. Like you said, that cannon,
Arliss Cannon,
Arliss
yeah.
Cannon, you got to discard a card and pay a cost.
Discard card and pay 2.
That's awful to get a single damage effect. And you want me to be playing this stuff with damaging the character? No.
You got Robin Hood that can exert.
All right, yeah, let's look at the Robin Hood card. It says deal 1 damage to a chosen. Dang, what's that? Ah, man.
Not the steel one. The steel one says.
I'm forgetting.
The steel one says exert, deal 1 damage.
Oh, the steel 2-drop Robin Hood, the uninkable 2-drop that has to. That's a he's a 1/3 though, so he gets to typically survive. So I'm not gonna say he gets like
He doesn't survive
God.
Brawl, Shisu.
I want the guys. I want to play the damage.
Exert to do that. Oh, now he gets Maui.
Now he gets Fab. Yeah. Listen, guys. I actually wanted to play that deck.
Super good hits.
There's a ton of Robin Hoods that are out that I want to actually play with.
Mim Fox.
But guys, it's not. You're not making it easy.
A dream. Can't do it right now.
Why is Prince Philip a 7-drop? Like,
why is Prince Philip a 9-drop? Like,
9-drop Prince Philip to try to clear the board, and it's like, man, guys, this ain't it. And then the thing like that Robin Hood, he wants characters who are damaged to stay alive to get that questing ability, that uncommon Robin Hood that came out this set. So it's like, man, I don't. You don't even want me to take him out. And the dream scenario of being able to have a person who can.
The hyena. They want damage characters too. So it's like if you want to make this damage character deck, they have to be damaged and on the board.
So now I'm trying to figure out what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to put Robin Hoods in? Are you trying to put hyenas in? Which one are you going to go for? And then you got to have the steel song package to have the damage because the items ain't going to cut it. And then it's like, oh, I want to rely on.
You need the steel song package to have card drop.
Exactly. So you need the whole new worlds. You need the Storm Rage Ons. You need the Zeuses. You need the swords. You probably need the Tinkerbell as well, just to try to proc your effects. And then you got to think: am I putting in more Robin Hoods to get the Robin Hood effects with the bow and the Sherwood Forest and the blah 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 blah, or are you going to go for the hyenas and try to do like the tropical forest? Not tropical. Is it tropical rainforest?
Yeah, I think so.
With the and trying to relate with that, and then it's like, oh, we got Chief Bogo and Prince Philip. Nobody's doing that. No one's doing that.
Chief Bozo.
Yeah, Chief Bozo. I'm not doing that.
What's it look like? But yeah, overall, I feel it's not as versatile. I really think, to revise your earlier point, it's really like, if you don't have Ruby or Steel, it's like really if you don't have Ruby on the offensive, I feel like Steel has always been defensive.
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. I mean, like they again, like I said, I was afraid of the Steel song because it was really effective getting out songs that early. And there wasn't Brawl. There's a lot of things I can't just like say get rid of your Cinderella without sacrificing one of my cards or damage on my cards, and now that makes it easier to get Storm Rage on. It's gotten better.
Yeah,
so I feel less scared. But like, yeah, overall, I feel like, I mean, Ruby's there. Even like Ruby Sapphire is okay right now. I don't think it's knocked your socks off anymore.
I don't think it's as good as it was last set.
In particular, it's been aggro builds that have been dominating.
Daisy Duck, man, I'm telling you, the Daisy Duck.
Yeah, so if you do Amber and anything else, it and get out that early lore value, you should be fine right now. But a lot of people are starting tech against that, so it's like it's really hard to see again. Like I said, because the challenge they always put in an awkward place next to the set dropping.
Yeah, I hope they revise that next year's rotations of
Yeah,
set
they need to. I
championships. I
mean,
hope they
like
time that
they need
space
to
out a
make
little
it
better.
fun. Like I get it. It's like okay, you only had 3 weeks to figure out how to play this deck. But like they just add a little bit of versatility. It's like okay, I'm not planning for. I guess if you're gonna travel, that makes more sense. But you see what I'm saying? Like it just you're like oh you have a whole new set and it's stunted by
Yeah, I can't play those cards. I can't touch those cards.
the yeah. So it's like people aren't even gonna buy the new set until after the challenge, and if it's still good. I mean, again, you're not seeing as many builds because a lot of people aren't play books more. And so like all these things
Yeah,
culminate,
yeah.
and it's really hurting the game's growth. Hopefully they figure it out 2025, and then 2026 when we get Pixar, everything's gonna be
What are we
better.
getting
So
in 2025? What
sleep.
that pirate stuff is the next set. They giving us a bunch of pirate stuff
Who
in
cares?
Emerald.
Who
We
cares?
had what one or two pirates in Emerald. We have what Don something,
Oh,
and then we
you got
Starkey.
John, right? Lyle.
Is Lyle a pirate? I don't think he's a pirate.
I think so. I think
I
he is.
know it's like
He's from Treasure.
Don Keto or something like that. Like he had like a
Oh,
sword.
John Silver.
No, Don. It's like Don something. He's a pirate.
Oh,
He's an Emerald card. He's evasive. I'm pretty sure. And then it's
yeah.
Starkey, who's like a 6/6 quest for 2 or something like that, or six quest for
But
3
then
or
you
something
got
like that.
John.
John's a pirate.
Hmm.
What John?
The one that makes him reckless.
John Silver.
John Silver.
Yeah, he is a pirate.
Did see the movie?
My
Yeah,
fault.
I was like, I
Well,
can't
no, it's
remember.
Little Johns, and there's
Yeah,
there's
yeah. I was
there's a
gonna say
lot of
I was saying I didn't see the movie,
Johns.
so I can't remember John Silver. I was trying. I
Yeah,
was
John
saying
Silver. Yeah,
John. Yeah,
John Silver. He is a pirate.
yeah.
So they're I don't know what they're doing with Daisy, but they boosting her numbers up because they have about 3 Daisy cards they done revealed in that pirate picture as well. So, and I'm like, man, I wanted to play some Steel Pirates, but they looking like Red and Emerald. Probably might be the move because you want to run Jolly Roger and all this other stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We still got hooks and Smeeds and stuff like that inside of the Steel.
Yeah.
So it's routes, but I don't know if these niche combinations because we thought heroes were going to be decent in 4. No.
Sleep.
So I'm thinking
They are
thematic
gonna get
decks.
better because more and more people become heroes.
Unfortunately,
Then
yeah, like
that'd be so.
we maybe the 2-2 format heroes is actually not as bad. I think
Yeah.
but just
Yeah, your characters really does. Really
yeah, yeah. But I don't think keyword decks are going to be popping.
Theme decks
Theme
where
decks ain't
it's like
really
it's like I'm playing the Lion King with
nah
Mufasa and
nah.
Simba and Zati
Even if I
and
was to like zoom it out to like Prince and Kings or the princess stuff they're trying to push,
yeah.
it still ain't that good. And I like the Vanellope
I
card,
can't
but
play a
like
Frozen deck like the
nah.
Olaf. I can't have Olaf like with the
Nah.
Rock and
And
with
hey, that's
Anna.
another thing. I don't like those cards that they're trying to make that are like really expensive, but they get cheap if you have that if you meet the criteria.
Yeah,
They did that last set technically with the shift, where it's like we're gonna make this
I mean it's all
really
started with Chernobog.
yeah, Chernobog was the first guy that tested this idea, and we see where that led. He doesn't see play, or he gets like one of and some aggro list,
I mean he was
two
one
of
of
and
those.
some
Oh
aggro
yeah,
list.
he was one from the start, and then
I think he was like 2 of in that guy who won the Atlanta Challenge
who
as
cares?
a niche option.
No,
But
no one's playing these 9 drops.
these cards ain't like who's playing Kristoff? Nobody. Who's playing Gaston? Nobody. Who's playing Namari? If you play Namari,
It's funny.
stop it. Stop it. Get some help. If you're playing any Namari card, stop it. Except for the one that banishes the banishment of the character. Maybe you got some tech, but beyond that, stop it. Get some help.
I don't know why they keep giving Philip these high tech
Yeah,
cards.
I forgot the one that's in Emerald. What's the one in Emerald? Is it Philip? That's nah. It's banished dragon characters. I don't think it's him. It's I'm forgetting the Emerald card that mechanic. But I remember Namari, Gaston, Kristoff, Olaf. I'm not
I don't
playing
want these.
those. I'm not playing
Cinematic.
maybe the blue one with the items, but even then, I'm not playing that either. You'll catch me running Royal Tantrum before I'm running that because I'm trying to sacrifice my items with
To get
Hiram and to draw
to get advantage, yeah.
and once I get the dime, I don't need 5 other items out. I got
Yeah,
dime. This
I
is
got
all I
dime, yeah.
need.
I'll
So
need to find out if I have
like Tamatoa, I guess,
Tamatoa, but it's
but
like even then it's like
even then,
shrug.
yeah, I think the game may be getting slightly too fast for Tamatoa to be trying to win in that regard.
Yeah, I mean with all
So
the aggro builds out right now.
yeah, so it's a ton of aggro builds right now. You would think steel would be
Good
more
against that?
prevalent,
Yeah.
but I guess people aren't trying to play the way they need to play to beat these aggro lists. Because just run a couple of booms, run your early shift. Try to get your turn 3 shifter. Go for swords instead of holding the world, guys. Newsflash, and maybe
run avalanche instead of
maybe run avalanche
instead of
or
grab your sword sometime. I mean,
nah. I mean, it's not really location based. Even though for some reason day 2 and 3 y'all was making Fix It Felix $2 on G. I saw you guys making Fix It Felix $2. I'm like, listen, guys, location buffing is funny, but no, guys, come on, guys. But I don't know. Speaking of locations, are they even who's running locations outside of purple?
we still
Who's
do a
running locations outside of purple?
we still do a retrospective from the last video we did about
Hey,
locations.
hey, McDuck Manor, and that's it. Everything else is purple, bro.
Everything else is
Queen
purple.
Castle Library. I'll even run Elsa's Ice Palace because those are actually good locations.
Those have merit. But yeah,
we got about 5 in Amber.
Sleep. You got a lot in Emerald.
A lot in Emerald. Sleep. If you say a steel location, I'll reach through the camera, shake some sense into you, boy, because all the steel locations are booty, butt, diaper. They're nowhere near. When they said Bad Anon was getting the enchanted, I almost threw my phone, bro. I was so mad because I was like, still ain't getting nothing to set. I can't even have fun. The art is cool, but the only reason we like the scene of Bad Anon is because it had all the characters in it, and we don't get any of the characters because they don't own those characters. So I don't get the Sonic, I don't get the Zangief, I don't get the Bowser, none of that stuff. This is oh my god! And but it's a villain. It helps the villain deck.
Sleep. But yeah, overall, like I said, we want the game to thrive.
Yeah.
But we wanted to go ahead and air out the great. I thought it'd be great to kind of see. You can see our reactions. You can kind of.
If there's anything you guys have a problem with, please let us know in the comment section because obviously we didn't touch everything, but
yeah, I was saying let us know how you feel about the format too.
Yeah, let us know how you feel about the what was
setup.
Oh, this format here.
Stitch over here.
No, got the
kind of decorated.
Felicia and Lucifer here, and got the
location might change every once in a while, and we're gonna probably try to incorporate our webcams for the other type of videos that we do. But yeah, overall, trying some things different. Trying to figure out how to, get more community in the space. So this
please
is kind of our outlet.
Communicate with us, talk to us. We want to talk to you guys. We want to try to foster community here at God Inc. I want to preface this as well. We do not hate the game. We do love the game. This was just a couple of things we were noticing about the scene in the game that was kind of seeming a little problematic. And we do have faith in Ravensburger to be able to address these things and deal with these things. Please, number one thing is the client, guys. That online client, we need that.
We need it.
That trumps all the other issues. We need that, guys.
Don't give me set 6 until you give me the client. Honestly,
it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, we just need to be able to try stuff out. So, well, yeah.
Thank you guys. If you watched it this far, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Leave a comment if you made this far. But we'll see you guys on.
Actually, comment Doctor Sucks, and I'll know if you made it this far. Right? That's good, right? No.
Cringe as hell.
Do it.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys hopefully next week.
See you guys.
God Inc. Signing off.